Day, the moon goes into Virgo. The moon is the mood of the day, and Virgo brings that earthy, practical vibe following the Leo moon, where we kind of splash the paint onto the canvas. And then with the Virgo energy, we get to fine tune all the details. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, April 8th. So, with the Virgo moon, we want to think about details and self care in terms of not being hard on ourselves because Virgo has that tendency to be critical of everything, right? So, instead of being hard on yourself, ask yourself, what can I make better about my life, my space, the world around me, something that takes care of you by helping to bring order. Sometimes cleaning is a good thing to do on a Virgo moon, right? And the power of cleaning, right? It's like, it feels like uh, task or drudgery or right like something we don't necessarily want to do, but if you think about cleaning as self-care, it is a way of clearing space, changing the environment you're in, affirming that you deserve to live in an environment that is orderly and clean and spacious feeling. So think about how it feels before and after you clean your floor or a space, right? Or even just getting the clutter out, or I don't know, mowing the lawn can even be like a way of clearing space, right? Weeding in your garden. So these are activities that when we focus on them, we can kind of even lose ourselves in the task, right? It's a very physical way of engaging with the world. And by following this very life affirming instinct to restore order, to support creativity and growth, and the plants to have space and thrive, and ourselves to have space and thrive, we can actually change how it feels. So that can bring a peaceful feeling, a supportive feeling, right? An ability to rest, but you do the task first, and then you have the nice clean space, or the beautiful garden that is now weeded, or something has been spruced up, refreshed, cleaned, cleared, opened up. And that does so much for your psyche, for your soul. So be sure to take that moment after you clean something or do a task to admire your work and to sit and enjoy the fruits and the pleasure of the space that you have created. So that's how we can think about the Virgo energy, right? It's not just that we have to notice all the things that we've done wrong, or all the ways we've let the weeds get out of control or the clutter accumulate. Instead of being hard on yourself, ask yourself, how would I feel if I just moved that one thing, or cleaned up that one little corner of the garden, or do that one little baby step, and see how that feels? And then who knows, maybe you will feel inspired to do more. I know that happens for me sometimes when I'm looking at a kitchen disaster, right? And all the dirt, all the dishes in your whole kitchen for some reason seem to be dirty and on the counter. And so it just feels overwhelming. And it's like, how could I don't have the energy to do that. But you can start with washing one thing, right? And that's, if I approach it that way, if I say, okay, I'm going to wash one thing, then and invariably I'm washing the second and the third without even noticing what happened. And usually I have more energy than I thought I did, and I get through a lot of it. And then I get to enjoy the clean kitchen, right? Thing, or eat, it's cleaner, maybe. maybe I don't get it spotless from top to bottom, but I can get it cleaner. So that's a good way to think about this Virgo energy. And perfect because now that Mercury is direct, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So the moon is in Virgo, Mercury is now direct in Pisces. And I think I had the days mixed up about when Mercury stationed direct. That's Mercury is the trickster, so maybe it was playing tricks with my memory. But at any rate, early Monday morning, Mercury stationed direct, and so we now have the beginning of Mercury moving forward, things starting to move forward a little bit more easily, especially around communication and thinking and being able to process information. So it happens slowly at first when Mercury stations direct, and then it starts to pick up speed over time. So we have that heightened Mercury energy around a Mercury station, and then things slowly start to move forward once it's direct. So Mercury is the ruler of Virgo and, and also Gemini, but we're talking about the Virgo moon today. So Mercury direct, stationing direct, moving slowly in Pisces also amplifies that experience of Virgo being a way to connect to your spiritual needs. So, Pisces is the sign of spirit and spirituality and higher ways of being and connecting with the bigger picture. And so that Mercury in Pisces helps our Virgo moon feel even more like a way to support ourselves spiritually. So coming back to that idea that we can see where something needs a little work, needs a little attention, a little care to bring it back to order, clean it up, clear it up, restore a good working order, maybe do a little repairs or maintenance and things like that. Find the things that are wrong and fix them. And then that can serve our spiritual needs. Also, thinking about art and creativity. And yesterday I was sharing about how to think about the Leo moon and being creative, putting things out there, thinking about what you want to try or move in a new direction creatively. And so the Virgo energy can get down into the details of how to make that happen. So you splash the paint onto the canvas with Leo, and now the moon in Virgo says, okay, how do you make that happen? What does that look like? What are the details? How do you make this work? How do you need to roll up your sleeves and do the steps that get you to that place of being able to share your creative work or get it out there a little bit more powerfully, or sometimes creativity is a process that is personal. So do your creative process, and the Virgo can help you to refine what you're doing, what you're working on, and that can help you to get more clear about what you do want to share with others. So whether it's writing, painting, drawing, singing, um, playing an instrument, cooking, gardening, I don't know, whatever your creative self expression is, attend to the details. Think about how you can make it technically and where you want it to be. Take those steps. Maybe there's something more you can learn about technique. Maybe there's some materials you need to help you flesh something out, or maybe you just need to put in the time, do the task, and see where some improvements could be made on the paint that you splashed onto the canvas, right? I'm thinking about writing because I do a lot of writing. So sometimes you just have to get the words out there, but then you get to do that Virgo work of getting the grammar right and making sure you're getting your point across and kind of refining and fine tuning everything through the editing process. So thinking about that and how that applies to you. And that Virgo energy is with us for today and tomorrow. And then we continue on, right? We're heading toward the Libra full moon. So that'll be coming up here in a bit. And also, we've got Venus getting ready to station direct, I believe, on April 12th. So we're heading toward that. And then we'll have a little bit more of the forward movement as things start to uh, go in a more direct direction. All right. Thanks for being here. And go ahead and check out my new member platform. I'm super curious what you think. You can join at the free level. And I have pretty soon, I'm going to have a survey, and I would love to hear what you would like to see, what you'd like more of. And I am just super excited to be able to share more of what I do and get a little deeper, get a little more into some of the topics and talking about how we can show up in times of change and be a powerful force for healing and good in the world, as well as how we can use the tool of astrology in new and different ways. So thanks for being here. Astrologyheals.com is my website. I'll have a link to the new member site in the description for this video, and thanks for subscribing. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.